Welcome to my tutorial for the assembling of the Daffodile 180-degree platform pop-up card. I'd like to begin today by demonstrating the assembly of the cover. Because the card is so thick with many layers in it, I have designed the cover to have a belly band on it with the daffodil as a medallion in the center and the sentiment, "Bloom where you are planted." I begin by putting on the back piece of the daffodil. The daffodil is cut through the cover stock. This is a 10.5-inch piece. I am going to give it a 1/4-inch spine, so I am measuring 5 inches on each side. The card is a 5x7 card. I like to score on both sides. It gives it a nice crisp edge. Using the bone sets that line. Make sure you do it on both sides so that you have a crisp 1/4-inch spine for this pop-up card. You could put a sentiment on the spine if you were going to put it in like a book. Because the card will have so many layers in it, I created a belly band. It's a simple layering of pieces. I've already pre-assembled it. I needed to wait until I folded the card so that I would know where to put the spine on the belly band. So I'm just putting an indent with my fingernail to determine where the folds will be. I will score the folds at a 1/4 inch so that it'll fit around the card nicely. I have provided a sentiment called "Bloom where you are planted." It's a nice sentiment for putting together a card for somebody who's moving away. The sentiment was cut from a vinyl, and so I'm showing you how to apply a vinyl using the trace paper method. The sentiment was created to go around a circle. The belly band adds a nice touch to the front of the pop-up card with its sentiment going around the daffodil in the middle. And yet when the belly band is off, it looks nice too. The card is made from a lot of different pieces. The method that I use in creating my embellishments is considered a base piece with layers glued on top of them. As you can see in the top corner, these pieces are like puzzles. The two come together. The top piece then creates a nice way of gluing them together. The platform in this card is actually the fence that is going to hold the pop-out mechanism for some of the daffodils. The daffodils lay on the back of each of these sides. I'm scoring the fold lines. It's a 1/2-inch platform. The center piece is the first to be folded, just like all of my other platform cards. It's a valley fold, and then the last one is a mountain fold. And I like to fold that one in both directions. It makes it so that the mechanism works a lot easier. So this is the left side. And now we do it for the right side. Each side is not the same. One side has a large bunny on it and the other side has a medium-sized bunny on it, so that the pop-up portion is smaller for that bunny. It also is a 3-level pop-up. Now we're going to put the two pieces together. We're not putting it on the cover like I normally do with the platform, but we're just going to adhesive tape the two together in the middle to make the double platform. Since my background is blue, I want my fence to be white. I cut a piece out that is the same as the top portion of this fence, and now we can glue that on. We're going to attach the pop-up mechanism on the right side. It's a 2-layer pop-up mechanism. The first layer is popping out the bunny. The second layer pops out the flower. I put tape on the tabs so that they will be glued to the back of the card. The pop-up mechanism actually goes through the fence. There are slots on either side that help position it against the fence. This helps it to pop up through. Then you thread it through the two slots in the back, fold it down, and you can attach the tabs folding to the outside. And when you open this up now, it will stand in front of the fence. The next tab is the flowers. It is a slot in the mechanism. You thread it through it, you bend the little tabs so that you can pull it through on both sides. This now puts it 1 inch out from the card. The bunny is actually 1.5 inches. There's a spot for you to glue the bunny on. It's kind of a mask. And there's your bunny now on your platform. The top part of the flower actually is threaded through the back. Same type of attachment. Put your adhesive on, fold them outwards. This will help stabilize this pop-up mechanism, otherwise the flower kind of flops around. There. I pointed out before that the fence actually had a little spot where you could put glue on it so that the bunny, the little baby bunny, can actually be placed on the fence and secured. As you can see, I have corrected my problem with the flowers not being on the right-hand side. It was quite a challenge to put those flowers behind the pop-up mechanism. And so let's put the left-hand one on. I have used adhesive tape to add to the back of the flowers. They are all pre-assembled. This is the template. You can use glue, and that's your preference. So as you can see on the left-hand side, there are 2 slots that will be used to put the mechanism in. And the flowers go on either side of those slots, keeping the slot open. Now the pop-up mechanism is very similar to the right-hand side one. The bunny is by himself this time. He will be popped out by 1 inch from the back of the card. I am putting adhesive on and folding them out. Now the second flowers set is actually going to be glued onto the platform. We will put the glue on the back of the flower. You might want to put this on before you put the other pop-up mechanism on. I have just kind of put glue on the fence. It doesn't have a place holding like the little bunny had. So we've got all the pieces together. It folds down nicely, and now it's time to put it inside the cover. I put tape on the 2 long edges of the page. It's where there's the most pressure point. There really is no need to put more. There's an 1/8 of an inch border on all the sides. This gives it a little bit larger space of gutter space in between the pages. Line it up on the outside edges. I use this pull tab strip method of taking my adhesive off. It makes it easier to align the pieces at the top on the edges without it sticking down and having to restuck. Doing the platform is the same as I've done in my other videos, finding the natural fold spot for them, making sure that I take into consideration that there's a larger spine. And the card is now put together, and I'm going to fold it and put the belly band around it, and we are done. Thank you for watching this video of the pop-up card.